The stars trembled as energy blasts tore through the void of space. Captain Trell gripped the command rail of the Starlight Defender bridge, his four-fingered hands turning pale blue with pressure. Around him, the bridge crew worked frantically, their scaled faces lit by the red emergency lights. "Status report," Trell demanded, watching as another Allied ship erupted into a ball of flame on the main view screen. "3 ships lost, Captain," replied Officer Lem, her voice steady despite the chaos. "The Dawn Seeker Meridian Light and Stellar Guardian are gone. The rest of our fleet is trapped between the asteroid field and the Void Armada's main force." Trell closed his inner eyelids briefly. 300 years of United Galactic Alliance peace ended in a single day by the surprise attack. The Void Armada had appeared from nowhere, their black ships seeming to swallow the light of the nearby stars. "Can we jump to safety?" Trell asked, though he already knew the answer. "Negative, Captain. They've deployed jump inhibitors across the sector. We're trapped here." The ship rocked violently as another blast struck their shields. On the tactical display, Trell could see the truth. They were caught in a perfect pincer movement. The Void Armada had planned this attack for years, perhaps decades. Their ships moved with practiced precision, herding the Alliance fleet like prey animals. "All ships, defensive formation Gamma 6. Trell ordered through the fleet comm. "Concentrate shield power to forward sections and prepare for." A harsh alarm cut through his words. Officer Len looked up from her console, eyes wide with surprise. "Captain, long-range sensors are detecting another ship approaching at high speed." Trell felt a flash of hope. "Alliance reinforcements." "Unknown, sir. It's not broadcasting any Alliance identification codes, but it's moving faster than anything I've ever seen. Look at these readings." Trell moved to her station and stared at the numbers in disbelief. The approaching vessel was small, perhaps a quarter the size of the Starlight Defender but it was tearing through space at speeds that should have been impossible. "Could it be another Void ship?" asked Commander Vex, the second in command. "I don't think so," Lem replied. "The energy signature is completely different. Wait, they're broadcasting on all frequencies." The bridge speakers crackled to life, and a clear, firm voice filled the command center. "This is Captain James Walker of the Earth Warship Defiance *. Hold position. We're coming in hot." The bridge fell silent. Earth. The name was vaguely familiar to Trell. A small, isolated world on the far edge of the galaxy, not part of the Alliance, not part of any known coalition. "Open a channel," Trell ordered. When Lem nodded, he spoke clearly. "Unknown vessel, this is Captain Trell of the Alliance Command Ship Starlight Defender *. We are under attack and cannot guarantee your safety. I recommend you withdraw immediately." The response came quickly. "Negative, Starlight Defender *. We see your situation. Just hold on for 2 more minutes." Commander Vex moved closer to Trell. "Captain, we know nothing about these Earth people. This could be a trap." Before Trell could respond, the tactical officer called out, "Void vessels are launching another attack wave. 30 fighters, heading straight for our center formation." "All ships, brace for impact," Trell ordered grimly. On the view screen, the deadly black Void fighters streaked toward them, weapons charging. Then something impossible happened. A sleek, silver vessel dropped out of what looked like a tear in space itself. It moved with unbelievable speed and grace, cutting between the Void fighters. Bright blue weapons fire erupted from multiple points on its hull, striking the Void ships with perfect accuracy. 5 enemy fighters exploded instantly. The rest scattered in obvious confusion. "By the ancestors," whispered Vex. The bridge crew watched in stunned silence as the Earth ship, smaller than even their light cruisers, danced through the Void formation. It moved in ways that shouldn't have been possible, making turns too sharp for any known inertial dampeners to handle. The voice of Captain Walker returned over the comm. Alliance vessels, this is the Defiance *. We'll clear you a path. Be ready to move on my mark. Trell found his voice at last. Who are these humans? The human warship Defiance twisted through space like a living thing. Captain James Walker stood calm at the center of his bridge, surrounded by officers working with practiced ease despite the chaos outside. Shields holding at 90%, reported the tactical officer. Their weapons are powerful but predictable. Walker nodded, eyes fixed on the holographic battle display hovering before him. The Alliance ships were large, elegant vessels clearly built for diplomacy first and combat second. The Void Armada ships were the opposite, black, angular machines designed purely for war. Target the lead Void cruiser, Walker ordered. Let's show them what Earth brings to the fight. The Defiance banked sharply, accelerating toward the largest enemy vessel. The human ship was small compared to the giants around it, but its hull gleamed with technology that neither the Alliance nor the Void forces had ever seen. Captain Trell of the Starlight Defender is hailing us again, said Communications Officer Davis. Put him through, Walker replied, straightening his uniform jacket. The alien captain's face appeared on screen. His blue-scaled features were set in an expression Walker guessed was confusion or suspicion. Earth vessel, your assistance is unexpected, Trell said carefully. But I must ask, what is your purpose here? Earth has never shown interest in galactic affairs before. Walker smiled slightly. Let's just say we've been paying attention from a distance. Right now, focusing on defeating these void ships seems more important than diplomacy, wouldn't you agree? As if to emphasize his point, the Defiance fired its main weapon. A pulse of energy, not a laser or plasma beam, but something altogether different, struck the Void cruiser. The black ship's shields flared briefly before collapsing entirely. On the Alliance ships, crews watched in amazement. The Void cruiser's shields had withstood combined fire from 3 Alliance vessels, yet this single shot from the human ship had disabled them completely. What kind of weapon is that? Trell asked, his voice filled with both hope and worry. Quantum disruption technology, Walker answered simply. One of many things we've developed during our time alone. Now I suggest a coordinated attack. Your remaining ships still have firepower. We can guide you through their formation weaknesses. The bridge of the Starlight Defender fell silent as the Alliance officers exchanged glances. Commander Vex leaned close to Trell. Captain, we know nothing about these humans. They appear from nowhere with technology we don't understand. This could still be a trap. Trell looked at the tactical display. 3 more Alliance ships had been damaged in the last few minutes. The Void Armada was regrouping, now focusing some of their attention on the unexpected human vessel. I don't think we have much choice, Trell replied quietly. He turned back to the screen. Very well, Captain Walker. We will follow your lead. Walker nodded and began issuing coordinates to the Alliance fleet. The human moved with confidence, as if he had studied Void tactics for years. Now watch, Walker told his crew as the Alliance ships moved into position. The Defiance darted forward, drawing enemy fire while the larger Alliance vessels maneuvered. 3 Void fighters pursued the human ship, only to be led directly into the firing range of the reorganized Alliance vessels. They were destroyed instantly. Aboard the command ship of the Void Armada, Admiral Krell slammed his fist against his chair. What is this ship? Where did it come from? He demanded. His intelligence officer looked up from her scanner. It appears to be from Earth, Admiral. Earth. Krell's black eyes narrowed. That primitive world on the galactic rim. Impossible. They barely have space travel. Our information must be outdated, the officer replied. This vessel has technology we've never encountered. Their energy signatures don't match anything in our database. Krell watched as the small human ship coordinated another devastating attack with the Alliance forces. 2 more Void vessels erupted in flames. Pull back the fleet, Krell ordered suddenly. Reform at Point Delta. We need to reassess. As the void ships began to retreat, cheers erupted across the Alliance vessels. On the Starlight Defender Trell watched the human ship with newfound respect and growing curiosity. "Captain Walker," he said over the comm, "it seems we owe you our gratitude. Would you and your senior officers join me aboard the Starlight Defender I believe we have much to discuss." Walker smiled. "We'd be honored, Captain Trell. It's time humanity introduced itself properly to the galaxy." The meeting chamber aboard the Starlight Defender was grand, with tall windows showing the stars beyond. Captain Walker and his two officers, Commander Foster and Chief Engineer Reese, sat across from the Alliance representatives. 7 different alien species filled the Alliance side of the table, with Captain Trell in the center. Admiral Voss, the highest-ranking Alliance officer present, studied the humans with 6 golden eyes. His long, thin fingers drummed on the polished table. "So you claim that humans have been aware of galactic civilization for decades," Voss said, his voice deep and rumbling. "Yet you chose to remain hidden. Why should we believe this isn't some elaborate deception?" Walker met the Admiral's gaze calmly. "Earth detected signals from deep space over a century ago. Rather than announce ourselves immediately, we decided to learn and prepare first. The galaxy can be a dangerous place, as today proved." "Convenient timing," said Commander Vex. "You appear just when we face our greatest threat." "Not convenient. Deliberate," Walker replied. "The Defiance was on a standard reconnaissance mission when we detected the battle. I made the decision to intervene." Trell leaned forward. "You mentioned reconnaissance. How many other human ships are out there that we don't know about?" A brief silence fell across the table. Walker exchanged glances with his officers before answering. "Enough to defend our interests," he said carefully. "Earth has built a modest but effective fleet over the past 50 years. The aliens murmured among themselves. Admiral Voss raised a hand for silence. "Your ship displayed technology far beyond our current capabilities," Voss said. "Your weapons, your propulsion systems, they shouldn't be possible according to our understanding of physics." Chief Engineer Reese, a tall woman with dark skin and quick eyes, spoke for the first time. "You developed technology along one path. We developed along another. Isolation sometimes breeds innovation." "Show them," Walker said to Reese. She placed a small device on the table. It projected a hologram of the Defiance's engine core, a swirling mass of energy contained within interlocking fields. "We call it a quantum fold drive," Reese explained. "It doesn't push against space like your engines. It temporarily folds space around the ship, allowing us to move faster than conventional physics would allow." One of the Alliance scientists leaned forward, eyes wide with fascination. That's theoretical technology. We've run simulations, but the power requirements alone would be." "We solved the power problem 20 years ago," Reese said simply. Admiral Voss's expression darkened. "If what you say is true, then humanity has been developing weapons of war while hiding from the rest of us. That does not inspire trust, Captain Walker." Walker's face hardened slightly. "With respect, Admiral, we developed defense systems. Today they saved your lives. We could have stayed hidden, let your fleet be destroyed, and continued observing. Instead, we chose to help." The chamber fell silent again. Captain Trell looked thoughtful. "Why did you really come forward now?" Trell asked quietly. "After all this time in the shadows." Walker hesitated, then seemed to make a decision. "Because the Void Armada isn't just your enemy. We've encountered them before." This statement caused an immediate uproar among the Alliance representatives. Admiral Voss slammed his hand on the table. "Impossible. The Void Armada appeared at our borders only 3 years ago. No communication, no diplomacy, just attacks. They came to Earth nearly a century ago," Commander Foster explained, her voice cutting through the noise. "A small scout force. They attempted to establish a foothold on our planet. We destroyed them." "With what?" Vex scoffed. If this was 100 years ago, you would have had primitive chemical rockets and basic projectile weapons. We had determination, Walker said simply. And we learned quickly. The void ships that crashed on Earth provided us with technology we could study and reverse engineer. That's how our technological leap began. Admiral Voss stared at the humans with new understanding and alarm. You're saying you've been preparing for war with the Void Armada for a century? That your entire species has been developing in secret, building weapons based on salvaged Void technology? Walker nodded. And now they've returned in force. We believe they've been rebuilding, preparing to find Earth again. Your alliance just happened to be in their path. Trell looked at the stars outside the window, then back to Walker. So what happens now, Captain? Now, Walker said, standing up, we offer you a choice. Fight alone or fight with us. Because the battle you saw today was just the beginning. The Alliance fleet limped through space, a shadow of its former strength. 5 ships had been completely destroyed, and the others showed battle damage, scorched hulls, and flickering shield generators. The human vessel Defiance flew alongside, small but undamaged, like a sharp knife among dull clubs. Inside the engineering bay of the Alliance flagship, Chief Engineer Reese from the Defiance stood before a group of alien technicians. The space was crowded with equipment that seemed elegant but impractical to her human eyes. Your power distribution systems are all wrong, Reese said, pointing to the holographic display of the Alliance ship. You're losing nearly 40% efficiency because of these redundant safety protocols. The lead Alliance engineer, a tall insectoid named Triz, clicked his mandibles in irritation. Those redundant systems prevent catastrophic overloads. Remove them, and one hit could cause a chain reaction through the entire ship. Reese shook her head. Not if you reconfigure the system like this. Her fingers moved through the hologram, rearranging pathways and connections. See, compartmentalized power cells with quantum buffers between them. One section fails, the others remain online. The alien engineers watched with a mixture of skepticism and fascination. One of them leaned forward, eyes widening. This could work, but the materials needed for these buffers. We can fabricate them for you, Reese said. We brought replication templates. Elsewhere on the ship, in the Weapons Control Center, Commander Foster demonstrated human targeting systems to Captain Trell. Your weapons are powerful, but too slow, Foster explained. The void ships move in random patterns specifically designed to evade your targeting computers. Trell frowned. Our systems are the most advanced in the Alliance. They calculate thousands of variables. But they're predictable, Foster replied. She pulled a small device from her pocket and connected it to the Alliance console. The targeting display immediately changed, showing new patterns and projections. Humans approach combat differently. We use controlled chaos. Our targeting algorithms introduce random variations that the enemy can't predict. She pointed to a simulation of a void ship attempting evasive maneuvers. The Alliance weapons, now guided by human targeting systems, tracked it perfectly. In Earth's history, the most successful military leaders were often those who broke established rules of engagement, Foster explained. We learned to think outside conventional patterns. Meanwhile, in the command center, Captain Walker faced Admiral Voss and the Alliance Leadership Council. The mood was tense as Walker displayed tactical information about the Void Armada. Based on their attack pattern and fleet composition, we estimate they have at least 60 more warships than you've encountered so far, Walker said. They're holding their main force in reserve. Admiral Voss's face darkened. Even with your assistance, we cannot stand against such numbers. Not in a conventional battle, no, Walker agreed. But humans don't fight conventional battles when outmatched. He activated a holographic display showing a dense asteroid field near the edge of the system. We lure them here. Use the natural terrain to our advantage. Hit and run tactics, ambushes, break their formation, and force them to fight on our terms. One of the council members, a gas-filled being contained in a transparent suit, pulsed with light as it spoke. This strategy involves significant risk. Our larger ships cannot maneuver effectively in such dense fields. Then we modify your ships, Walker replied simply. Engineer Reese is already working with your teams. Admiral Voss studied Walker carefully. You seem very prepared for this fight, Captain, almost as if you've been planning it for years. Walker's expression remained neutral. We've been planning for this possibility since the first void ships reached Earth. We knew they would return eventually. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Finally, Captain Trell spoke up. If we accept your help, what happens after? Will Earth join the Alliance? Walker smiled slightly. One battle at a time, Captain. First, we survive. Then we can discuss the future. As the meeting continued, deep in the engineering bay, Reese was showing the Alliance engineers something else, a small, innocuous device that pulsed with blue light. And this? Asked Triz, pointing to it. Quantum entanglement communicator, Reese explained. Instantaneous communication across any distance. No signal to intercept. The alien engineer's compound eyes widened. This changes everything. With this, our fleet coordination would be unbeatable. Reese finished with a smile. And there's more where this came from. Outside the viewport, the stars shone coldly. Somewhere among them, the Void Armada regrouped, unaware that the rules of engagement had just fundamentally changed. The asteroid field loomed ahead like a cloud of frozen giants. Thousands of rocks, some small as shuttles, others large as moons, drifted in the darkness. The combined Alliance and human forces took position at its edge, waiting. On the bridge of the Asterisk, Starlight Defender Asterisk, now sporting several human technology upgrades, Captain Trell watched the tactical display with nervous anticipation. The void ships are approaching, reported Officer Lem. 63 vessels, including their flagship. Admiral Voss stood beside Trell, his usually stern face now showing a hint of uncertainty. They outnumber us 3-1. Even with the human upgrades, this plan seems reckless. That, said Captain Walker as he entered the bridge, is precisely why it will work. The Void Armada expects us to follow standard military doctrine. They're prepared for that. Walker moved to the central display, pointing to the asteroid field. But this, fighting in terrain that conventional wisdom says to avoid, they won't expect it. The human wore a determined expression that somehow reassured the Alliance officers. Over the past 2 days, human engineers had worked around the clock, modifying Alliance ships with their technology. Nothing major had been changed, but critical systems had been enhanced, creating a fleet that was now faster, more agile, and far more lethal. All ships report ready, Commander Foster announced from her temporary station. Walker nodded. Then let's begin. The combined fleet split into 3 groups as planned. 2 groups of Alliance ships positioned themselves at different points around the asteroid field's perimeter. The human ship Asterisk Defiance Asterisk, along with the fastest Alliance vessels, formed the 3rd group at the center. Void Armada has entered weapons range, Triz reported from the tactical station. They're charging weapons. Let them come a little closer, Walker advised calmly. The enemy ships advanced in perfect formation, a wall of black vessels moving with mechanical precision. Their weapons began to glow as energy built up for the first volley. Now, Walker ordered. The trap was sprung. From hidden positions among the largest asteroids, mines deployed by the Alliance ships during the night cycle activated. They didn't explode. Instead, they emitted powerful gravitational pulses that sent dozens of asteroids hurtling toward the void formation. The enemy ships broke formation, scattering to avoid the sudden meteor shower. Just as they did, the Alliance vessels opened fire from multiple angles. The void ships, their perfect formation disrupted, couldn't coordinate their shields effectively. Central Group, move in, ordered Admiral Voss. The Asterisk Defiance Asterisk led the fastest Alliance ships straight into the asteroid field. The Void commanders, seeing what appeared to be a desperate retreat, ordered their ships to pursue. Officer Reed, an Alliance tactical specialist who had been working closely with the humans, watched the battle unfold with dawning understanding. They're using the asteroids as cover, he realized, drawing the enemy ships deeper in where they can't maintain formation. The Defiance weaved through the asteroid field with impossible grace, drawing a dozen void ships behind it. The Alliance vessels following Walker's ship were barely keeping up, despite their recent upgrades. How are they navigating so perfectly? Reed asked, watching the human ship execute maneuvers that should have been impossible. Commander Foster smiled slightly. Captain Walker mapped this entire asteroid field last night. Every rock, every trajectory. He's not reacting to the obstacles, he's anticipating them. Deeper in the field, the Defiance suddenly cut its engines and rotated 180 degrees in place. Its weapons fired directly at the pursuing void ships, which had no time to change course among the dense asteroids. 3 enemy vessels erupted in flames. Aboard the void flagship, Admiral Krell raged at his officers. These tactics are insane. No military force fights like this. His second-in-command looked up from the tactical display. Admiral, our sensors have detected something unusual. The human ship is transmitting encrypted signals to a location outside this system. Krell froze. What location? We can't determine exactly, but the direction suggests. The officer hesitated. Earth sector, sir. On the Starlight Defender the battle was turning in their favor. The void ships, trying to fight in the asteroid field, were losing their advantage of numbers and firepower. Several had already been destroyed, and others were retreating. But Officer Reed had made a discovery of his own. While monitoring communications, he'd intercepted fragments of encrypted transmissions from the Defiance. When decoded, they revealed something alarming. Captain, Reed said quietly to Trell, I think we need to talk about our new allies. They've been sending regular updates to Earth since they arrived. And there's something else. They're not alone out here. The victory celebration aboard the Starlight Defender was cut short when Captain Trell called an emergency meeting. Admiral Voss, Commander Vex, Officer Reed, and several other high-ranking Alliance officials gathered in the secure command room. Captain Walker was noticeably absent. What I'm about to share must not leave this room. Trell began, his voice grave. He nodded to Reed, who activated a holographic display. During the battle, I intercepted communications from the Defiance Reed explained. They were using quantum entanglement to avoid detection, but our new systems, ironically, systems they helped us install, picked up trace signatures. The display showed a star map with a blinking light far from their current position. They've been communicating with a fleet positioned here, just outside the Helia sector, a human fleet. Admiral, at least 20 ships, possibly more. The room erupted in concerned murmurs. Admiral Voss raised a hand for silence. Are you certain of this? Reed nodded. The data is clear. And there's more. He adjusted the display to show a different set of readings. I've analyzed the Void Armada's attack patterns. They're not just attacking Alliance targets randomly. They're following a specific trajectory. The hologram showed the path of Void incursions over the past 3 years, forming an unmistakable line across Alliance space. They're searching for something, Reed concluded. Or someone. Voss's eyes narrowed. Earth. They're looking for Earth. In another part of the ship, Captain Walker stood alone in the observation deck, staring at the stars. The door hissed open behind him, and Commander Foster entered, her expression troubled. They know, she said simply. Walker didn't turn around. How much? They've detected the fleet, and they're starting to piece together why the Void are really here. Walker sighed, finally turning to face his second-in-command. It was inevitable. We knew we couldn't keep everything hidden forever. What now? Foster asked. Do we proceed with the original plan? Walker was about to answer when the door opened again. Captain Trell entered, flanked by two security officers. His face was a mask of controlled anger. "I think it's time for the full truth, Captain Walker," Trell said coldly. "No more half-stories and convenient explanations." Walker studied the alien captain for a moment, then nodded. "You're right. You deserve the truth." He tapped a control on his wrist device, and a hologram appeared between them, a recording from Earth's past. The hologram showed a city on fire, strange ships, unmistakably void vessels but of an older design, descended from the clouds. Human military forces fought desperately against them, using weapons that seemed primitive compared to what the Defiance carried. 112 years ago, Walker explained, they came to Earth. 7 ships. They called themselves the Harbingers then, not the Void Armada. They said they represented a great power that had claimed our world as territory. The hologram shifted to show humans examining crashed alien craft, reverse engineering the technology. We fought back with everything we had. It was devastating. Millions died, but we prevailed. We captured 2 of their ships intact enough to study. That was our first contact with advanced galactic technology. Trell watched the images with growing understanding. "So you've been preparing for their return ever since?" Walker nodded. "We knew they would come back. A species doesn't just forget a defeat. We used their own technology against them, developed it further, built our fleet. But we stayed hidden because we knew we weren't ready for a full-scale war." "And now?" asked Trell. "Now they're back with a much larger force. But they don't know exactly where Earth is. They lost their navigation data in the original battle. That's why they've been cutting a path through Alliance space. They're searching for us." Foster stepped forward. "The Void Armada doesn't care about the Alliance. You were just in the way." Trell's eyes widened with realization. "The battle we just fought, you used us as bait." Walker didn't deny it. "We needed to assess their current technology, their tactics. Yes, we used this engagement to gather intelligence, but we also saved your fleet in the process." "At what cost?" Trell demanded. "How many more Alliance worlds will burn while you play your games?" Walker's expression hardened. "This isn't a game, Captain. This is survival. The Void Armada won't stop until they find Earth and destroy it completely. They see us as the only species that ever truly humiliated them." An alarm suddenly blared throughout the ship. Officer Lem's voice came over the comm system. "Captain Trell to the bridge immediately. The Void flagship has broken through our lines. It's on a direct course for the Defiance. The massive Void flagship emerged from the asteroid field like a dark storm. Twice the size of any Alliance vessel, its black hull absorbed light rather than reflected it. Smaller Void ships formed a protective screen around it as it moved with singular purpose toward the human warship Defiance. Captain Trell and Walker raced onto the bridge of the Starlight Defender all disagreements temporarily set aside in the face of this new threat. "Status report," Trell demanded. "The Void flagship bypassed our front lines," Officer Lem reported. "It took heavy damage but didn't stop. It's ignoring all other targets and heading straight for the Defiance. Walker's face showed a flash of understanding. "They know." "Know what?" asked Trell. "That we're not just a scout ship," Walker said grimly. "They've realized we're the advanced ship for Earth's forces. They want to take us intact to find the coordinates to Earth." The tactical display showed the enormous Void flagship approaching rapidly, its weapons charging. The Defiance, though nimble, would be outmatched against such overwhelming firepower. "We need to retreat," Commander Vex suggested. "Regroup with the rest of the fleet." Walker shook his head. "No time." He activated his wrist communicator. "Foster, prep the Defiance for Emergency Protocol Omega. Transfer all tactical data to secure storage." "Understood, Captain," came Foster's voice. "But you won't make it back in time." "I know," Walker replied calmly. He looked at Trell. "Captain, I need your help. One last time." Despite his anger at Walker's deception, Trell saw the determination in the human's eyes. "What do you need?" "A distraction. Buy us 3 minutes." Trell nodded sharply. "Admiral Voss, coordinate all remaining Alliance ships. Focus fire on the Void flagship's escort vessels. Clear a path for the Defiance *. The Alliance ships moved with newfound coordination, their recent upgrades from human technology making them faster and more deadly than before. They concentrated their attack on the smaller Void vessels, drawing them away from their flagship. "It's working," said Lem. "The escort ships are breaking formation to engage our forces." Walker watched the tactical display intently. Just a little longer. Aboard the Void flagship, Admiral Krell sensed the trap too late. "Ignore the Alliance ships," he roared. "Focus on the human vessel. Do not let it escape." But the coordinated Alliance attack had created enough confusion for the Defiance * to make its move. The human ship accelerated suddenly, shooting past the Void flagship at incredible speed. "They're running?" Trell asked, confused. Walker shook his head, a grim smile on his face. "Watch." The Defiance * reached a safe distance, then suddenly stopped and rotated. A section of its hull opened, revealing what looked like a massive communications array. It began to pulse with brilliant blue energy. "What is that?" Admiral Voss demanded. "A quantum beacon," Walker explained, "sending a signal that can't be blocked or traced to its destination." The energy pulses intensified. The Void flagship, realizing the danger too late, fired all weapons at the Defiance *. The human ship's shields flared but held just long enough for the beacon to release a final, blinding pulse that spread through space like a ripple. Then silence. For several heartbeats, nothing happened. The Void flagship approached the now damaged Defiance *, extending capture beams to seize the human vessel. Then space itself seemed to tear open. Dozens of wormholes appeared throughout the battlefield. From each emerged a human warship, sleek, powerful vessels of various designs, each unique yet clearly of the same origin. They dwarfed the Defiance * in size and power, their weapons already charged and targeting systems locked. At the center of the formation, a massive vessel emerged last. Easily the equal of the Void flagship, it bore the name Earth's Vengeance * on its hull. A new voice came over all communication channels, calm and commanding. "This is Admiral Thomas Grant of the Earth Defense Fleet. The Void Armada is hereby ordered to surrender immediately or face complete destruction." From the bridge of the Starlight Defender *, Captain Trell and the Alliance officers stared in amazement at the newly arrived human fleet. Each ship was different, some bristling with weapons, others sleek and fast, still others heavily armored. "You built each ship differently," Trell realized, looking at Walker, "each with its own purpose." Walker nodded. "Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology, Captain. It's our adaptability. Our refusal to follow just one path when many might work." As the human fleet moved into attack position, surrounding the Void forces, Admiral Voss turned to Walker. "What happens now, Captain? After this battle?" Walker looked at the stars, then back to the Alliance officers. Now we stop hiding. Earth formally requests to open diplomatic relations with the United Galactic Alliance. As equals. As allies." Trell extended his four-fingered hand to the human captain. "I believe that can be arranged."